driving around Cincinnati in our new home, our new community, and running some errands, doing all that stuff that you do when you're just starting to move into a place. And we started thinking and talking about community and what it is.
I think something that you and I are really familiar with is what it takes to try to develop an inclusive community on a college campus. And then when you think of life outside of college for young professionals, for mid-level professionals.
Yeah, very different.
We don't have professional staff just spending hours thinking about how to develop community for us, and it becomes a much more autonomous thing. And I think sometimes it can be a really challenging thing.
I think one of the things that I've thought about throughout the years after leaving college and not having just automatic friends built in is how to make friends, specifically how to make guy friends. Men are socialized not to be vulnerable or show emotion or really let their guard down a lot, and I think those are all the things that you kind of need to do to really develop close personal relationships. And so I know personally I found it challenging to develop close friendships with men after college, and a lot of my really good close male friends are still friends either from high school or college.
Something that's been on my mind is a faith community. So when we relocate, I kind of think of it as a renewed opportunity to explore what a faith community looks like. You know, how do you find these places, right? You look for websites, but then is like the design or the intro music influencing, you know, your perception of what this community will be like in terms of its spiritual fulfillment, and that feels kind of weird. And actually a few friends suggested looking through Yelp, and that was like not something I'd ever thought of before, but I did, and tomorrow I'm gonna, go and try out a church. And
I think another thing we've been thinking about in terms of community and where we fit in the new place that we live is thinking about the different neighborhoods and the way that people are sort of broken up and reside within different neighborhoods according to race and class. Last night we went for a walk just from our neighborhood all the way down to downtown, which is about an hour walk, and we really just wanted to kind of explore and get to know our new neighborhood and our new city by foot. And we walked through a lot of different neighborhoods and a lot of different communities, but it was really fascinating to walk through them and see the ways in which folks were interacting with each other. Kids were out on the playground playing together, whole families, whole neighborhoods really outside talking with one another. Also to kind of juxtapose that with how comfortable I felt in those neighborhoods, being racially different from the people who I saw, and just kind of thinking, why did I feel uncomfortable in that neighborhood?
We have the language for that. We know what gentrification is, but I think also still wrestling with, like, to who does this serve, right? Is it a revitalization of a neighborhood? Yes, but for what types of community and what types of people? So just trying to figure out what the landscape of all these different issues looks like in Cincinnati is going to be a new learning process, I think, for us.
Yep. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to learn this new place and
definitely
build community and meet people and see where the adventure takes us.
Exactly.